Hi, Jim.
Hello,
What are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
Perfect.
Nice
Wait.
to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Because usually I'm in touch with um uh
Akram.
Akram, yeah.
Yes, yes. I think he will join, but I'm the one doing the actual presentation.
All right. Yeah, I will just put a reminder on the chat with my community and yeah, wait, just a minute.
All right.
All good. La 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 la. Tac. All right, done. I think we will wait like 2, 3 minutes, something like this, that everyone's coming up. Uh, and should be fine. Wait. All right, all right. Oh, by the way, during the session at the end, we will announce the winner of the ledger stacks because we put a ledger stacks for the community to win. So it's gonna be great. Nice. All right. Let me check. Tac, tac, tac. Yeah. All right. So let's start in 2 minutes then. Um,
Hi everyone.
are you planning like to do a quick introduction about Ledger first as well?
Yes, yes, I'm going to do that quickly.
Perfect. Nice. By the way, I was working at Ledger before on my side, so
Ah, when did you leave?
wow. 2021. I was the first intern
Okay,
at Ledger.
okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's the year I joined, so probably we didn't. I joined in October 21.
Yeah, I was like leaving on June. Yeah, something like this.
Okay.
Hi, Clam. How are you doing?
Hi Jim. I'm fine, and you? How are you?
Fine
Still,
too.
you're in Argentina, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Yeah. Enjoying how things are going.
It's pretty good. In fact, like I'm organizing the last things that I have to do. Catch up with also communities, partners, and everything there. So pretty nice, like to see some familiar faces too. Like I was not expected that there is already a lot of people. Like literally, I was at the Aleph hub, and so everything is every day there is events. Like the hub is already full and basically for November, even they will have to reject people to come into the hub because like they already planned everything first, but like also there is not enough space for everyone. So yeah, pretty bullish on everything that will coming up on November and even on our side as we are doing the DevChack village. So it's gonna be always fun for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, let's stay in touch for November because
Yeah.
Ledger will be there also.
Yeah,
So
sure.
let's see what we can do together.
Yeah, exactly. Like actually, as we have still some ledger as well. Yeah, that will be nice. All right, all
Yeah.
right. So I think we can start. So basically, people will join au compte-gouttes en français.
Okay.
Yes. And so not everyone has a ledger device, but we already offered a couple of ledger in May, actually. So anyway, as I mentioned, I will redo the workshop in November. So at this moment, people will have like a ledger with them, so it's gonna be better. But actually, everything is recorded. So pretty excited like to learn about ledgers and also like DMK integration. Yeah, if you can provide like a bit of overview before starting,
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
great.
definitely. Okay. Here I go. I'm sharing my screen. You can see it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so so my name is Olivier Fressinet. I'm a software engineer at Ledger. I joined 4 years ago. And today I'm doing a presentation about what we call the device management kit and a little workshop that explains how your app can interact with Ledger devices. So first, a bit of context. Ledger is a French company that was created in 2014. Our goal is to secure your crypto assets, and to do that, we created some hardware wallets, and we sold more than 7 million of those. Thanks to them, we estimate that we're securing over 20% of the world's crypto assets, and our devices are secure by design. We do everything to never compromise security. And what that means is that, how is it secure by design? Basically, is that inside there is a secure element, which is the chip driving the device. This secure element is of the same type of chips that you can find in credit cards and things like that, passports, everything. And so it means that no one can see, no one can interfere with this chip. No one can extract the data that is contained into this secure element. And the other thing that makes those devices secure by design is that we have what we call a secure display. So it's a display that is directly connected to the secure element. And basically, thanks to these two things, no one can enter your device and see your secrets. And the secure display means that whenever you sign a transaction on the device, it is what you see on the screen is exactly what you will sign. So our current products. Sorry?
Actually, Ledger is the most used hardware wallet in the world, right?
Yes, I think so, yeah. I mean, if we secure more than 20% assets, I would like to know someone can secure already more than that. So our products, you may know them. We have the Ledger Nanos, and since a couple of years, I think since last year or the year before, we have some touchscreen displays. So the Ledger Stacks and the Ledger Flex. And those displays were meant to provide a better user experience because they allow you to see more information on the screen. And as it's a touch screen, you don't have to do weird interaction with the buttons. So that's our main product. And basically, I'm going to explain how Ledger devices work. So the first thing that a user has to do when they receive the Ledger device is to onboard it and a process that we call seeding the device. So when they receive their device, they have two choices. Either they choose on the device to generate a random secret recovery phrase, and the device will use advanced cryptography to ensure that it's completely random, so that this secret recovery phrase is unique. And the other choice is that you can input your own recovery phrase. And yeah, as you may know, the recovery phrase is the 24 words that you get whenever you create a crypto wallet. And it is basically a unique private key that must remain secret. A bit more about that. So it must absolutely stay private because if you have possession, if you possess the secret recovery phrase, it means that you can fully control all the associated cryptocurrencies. From one secret recovery phrase, you can derive almost an infinity of crypto accounts for all the cryptocurrencies that you want. I mean, probably not an infinity, but like hundreds or thousands of them. And why is this key actually so sensitive is that it is what you use to sign some transactions. So if I sign with my private key a transaction, you are able to know that I am the owner of the account who emitted this transaction. So that's quite important. Then a bit of so this is just the intro. Then we'll go into more practical stuff, but just so that everyone is on the same basis. How do you sign a transaction using a Ledger device? If you have an app, let's say you're an app developer and you want to do transactions and interact, use a Ledger device to do those transactions. So first you have to prepare your transaction. There are many ways of doing that. It depends on the crypto that you're using. There are some open source libraries that will help you to do that. So you prepare the transaction, then you send the transaction to the device. This is pretty high level view. That's what I will explain later, but you send the transaction to the device. Then the user, he will see some screens that look like this on his device. And he will be able to review that the transaction is effectively what he made. And then he can press the sign button. And then what will happen is that the device will return to your app the signature of the transaction. And then your app has the responsibility to broadcast the signed transaction so that it's included on the blockchain. But yeah, like this is pretty vague. Like, how can you actually interact with a Ledger device? And that's what we're here to see today. So the old way to do that is a library that we were calling Ledger.js. Let's say that if you want to make transactions and stuff like that with Ledger.js, it's very difficult as an external developer, as someone that doesn't work at Ledger, because it assumes that you know exactly which type of commands you want to send to the device. So for instance, let's say you want to send an Ethereum transaction, you will first have to check if the Ethereum app is currently opened on the device. Then you will have to, if it's open, you will have to, do nothing. If it's not open, you will have to send a command to open the Ethereum app. And then to sign the transaction, there can be many commands that you need to send based on the type of transaction, etc. So this library was not very well documented, and it really assumed that you knew exactly what you need to do in the right order in order to interact with Ledger devices. So that's why we came up with a new solution, which we call the Device Management Kit. So the Device Management Kit, what does it offer? Basically, you can discover your devices, so either via USB or BLE. You can connect to those devices, you can exchange data with them. There is state management, which means that if your device is locked, for instance, it will tell you that your device is locked. If it's currently busy processing a transaction, you will see that. It will be reflected in the state of the Device Management Kit. And then, of course, the main thing that we want to do is to sign transactions. And yeah, you can do that with the Device Management Kit. So compared to Ledger.js, it's much easier because there is no prerequisite of how Ledger devices work internally. We took care of that and we abstracted it for you. It is more consistent and robust. Consistent because it's been built over a shorter period of time by one team that is entirely dedicated to that. We have a better quality process, and we basically are testing everything where before it was not necessarily the case. We also have native implementations. So depending on your platform, if you're on mobile, you might want to do some Kotlin for Android. You might want to do some Swift for iOS, maybe React Native. And on web, same, like we have a TypeScript implementation, which is what I'm presenting today, actually. It is modular. I'll talk a bit more about that later on. We are working on some debugging tools, which will help the developer experience for the devs using the Device Management Kit. And it supports clear signing. So it means that on Ethereum right now, your transactions will be clear signed. So you won't see, you won't just sign the hash of a transaction. You will actually see the explicit content of the transaction before signing it on your device. And in order to do that, you need to send specific comments to the device. So that's something that the Device Management Kit provides. I've said that it's modular. Why is it modular? Because you have this core brick, which is the Device Management Kit. It handles the connectivity basically and the state management. So it will provide you with the feature of discovering devices and connecting to them, and then getting information about those devices that are currently connected. But then if you're doing a Ethereum app, you might only want to use the Ethereum signer kit. I mean, what we call signer kits are basically the software brick that is required to interact with the app on the device. So for instance, you have the Ethereum app on the device, and in order to interact with this app, you will need the Ethereum signer kit and etc. And then there's the device transport kit. Something I didn't mention is that our devices can be connected to either via USB or via Bluetooth Low Energy. So the device transport kit means that for all the platforms that I mentioned, you will be able to either choose to connect via USB or BLE. And if you only want to do USB, you can only do USB and etc. So it is very modular. You just pick what you need, and then you're ready to build your app. Is there any questions so far? Because maybe I went a bit fast. Wait, let me open the chat actually.
Yes, there are two questions.
Yeah, okay. Can we keep any cryptocurrency inside, even meme coins? We actually call Ledger devices wallets, but it's not actually a wallet. It's something that holds your secret. So it will hold your private key, and from that private key can be associated many accounts. So meme coins, for instance, I don't know if you have meme coins on Solana, you will have a Solana account, and that account, the control of that account is what is provided by the Ledger device. So yes, you can keep meme coins, but the meme coins is not inside the device. It's just linked to your secret phrase, and then the device secures the access to that secret phrase. I don't know if that's a clear answer. Oh, I'll go to the next question then. If there's a scam contract attached to your account, will it expose its details? So if there's a scam contract, how can I answer that? We have something now, a feature that is called, it's only available on Ethereum, and we have a feature that is called transaction checks. And basically, we will do a simulation of your transaction on the blockchain, and then if we find something scammy, it will be displayed on your device with a big warning. Does it help with reading cold data? That's what I meant with clear signing. So whenever you do a transaction on Ethereum, we are clear signing it, meaning that we parse the transaction and we try to display every single information about this transaction on the display. Yeah, so I don't know if maybe I can proceed with the workshop. So first, can I know approximately how many people have a Ledger device already? Every time if we use the wallet connected to our Ledger, we need to physically sign it with our Ledger to make the transaction a success, right? Yes, exactly. So every transaction, so the process is what I showed for every single transaction that you're making. You will first need to confirm the transaction on your device. So you need physical access to your device. And then only with the signed transaction, you have a complete transaction and something that you can broadcast. Okay, so let's move on with the workshop. So if you have a Ledger device already, you can follow along by opening this link. But otherwise, I will just present it. I was told that not everyone has a Ledger device, so maybe I will try to, I mean, keep it interactive. But if not everyone is able to code, maybe I will just guide you through it. So you still see my screen with this? Yeah, probably. So the exercise is something quite simple. So it's a React app that I developed. And we have two tabs. We have the exercise tabs, which is where I will be coding or where you will be coding, and then the solution tab with the already implemented solution. And let me show you quickly what we're trying to implement here. So let me show you the device. Will it work? Yes. Oh, wait, I will probably need to do that. Yes. So in this app, the first feature is that you can discover and connect to a device. So when you click that button, it will show you all the available devices that are connected on USB. So HID is a synonym for USB. So if you connect to it, then it will appear here. You will see that the device is connected. This is a demonstration of what I talked about regarding the state management. If you lock the device, it will show you that your device is locked. And the other thing is that it will show you the currently open app. So Bolos is the name of the dashboard app. So the dashboard is where you have all of your apps. If you open the Ethereum app, it shows you that the Ethereum app is currently open with its version, and same for Bitcoin. So these are basic features that are provided by the device management kit, and we'll see that quickly. Then we want to interact with the Ethereum app, and the first thing that you want to do if you are trying to make transactions for a user is to get the address of the user. So here, what we will implement is this functionality that gets the Ethereum app from the device. And as you see, it shows the output here. So this will show the address, and this will just show basically some logs of what's going on and what we call a device action state. And it means everything that is happening on the device will be sent back to the dev by the device management kit. So you will be able to show in your app, for instance, here we are waiting for the user to confirm the opening of the app on their device. So here the DMK returns you a value saying required user interaction, confirm open app. So if I open, now the Ethereum app is open, and then as you can see, it returned me the public key of the account and then the address. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is to sign a transaction. One thing that I didn't mention here is that we have a derivation path. So the derivation path, what it means is that you have one private key and you can have a huge number of different derivation paths. And for each derivation path, you have one address. So for this one, we have this address. If I put one here, we have another address, etc. And whenever you sign a transaction, basically you need to tell which account is signing this transaction. So that's why the derivation path field is also mentioned here. So now we have here, basically that's the data from a transaction. So that's a raw transaction that is not signed. And if you sign it, if you press sign, it will first do some stuff, some loading, and then it will tell the app, okay, required user interaction, sign transaction. So here, as a developer, you can guide your user and tell them, look at your device and review and sign the transaction. So here I'm reviewing the transaction. It's a send of 927 USDT to an account. Okay, and then here I can sign it. And now that I've signed it, what I receive is these parameters. Quick explanation what these parameters are. So what is basically what is a Ethereum transaction made of? So it's made of a nonce, a recipient, a value, data, gas price, gas limit, chain ID, and VRS. And VRS, basically, these are the signature variables generated from the Ethereum account, private keys. And that's what you can use. That's what basically the blockchain will use to verify this transaction is signed by the correct person and that it is authentic. So the device here, it returns you the VRS parameters. So then once you have that, you have the transaction, you have the parameters, you're able to broadcast this transaction. And then as a last thing that it's a bit of a bonus, I don't know if we will do it, but we have also a feature to install some apps. So if I want to install the Cosmos app, I press here. First it downloads the information about the app. And then if it's working properly, it shows me the progress of the install. It's installing the app. So that's one more thing that you can do with the device management kit, and that was very hard to do before for users of Ledger.js, is that you can actually install apps for your users. And now we have the Cosmos app ready to go. Okay, and then also the uninstall app action, which I can show quickly. So it's taking a bit, but it should work. Okay, and now you can see that the Cosmos app was uninstalled, and now the device action is completed. Okay, so how are we going to implement these functions? The first thing that we need to do is we are going to instantiate. So let me stop this sharing because we don't need it for now. We are going to have to instantiate the device management kit. And in order to do that, you need to use device management kit builder. And then what do you want? You want to add a transport. So here you can, the transport is basically the channel through which the communication will go between the device and your app. So it can either be Bluetooth transport, or it can be HID, also known as USB transport. And in our case, we were using USB, so we are using the Web HID Transport Factory. And then we call build. Then we save. We can reload the app. And here it will tell me, okay, now the device management kit is instantiated. We are ready to interact with it. The next thing that we want to do now is, okay, we want to implement this button here. So we want to be able to discover what Ledger devices are connected to the computer, and then we want to be able to connect to one of those devices. So what you need to do here is you need to first discover the available devices. So you have your DMK, which is now instantiated, and you can call listen to available devices. What does this do? You need to pass some arguments to it. The arguments could be that, okay, if you have both the BLE transport and the USB transport, you can say, okay, I want to listen to available devices on only one of those two transports. In our case, we don't really care, so we just don't pass a parameter here. And this will return an observable. Wait. So this returns, yes, an observable. What is an observable? Quick, for those of you who don't know ArexJS, an observable is an object through which you can emit several values. We are using observables because if you are listening to available devices, you want to be updated in real time of, okay, now there's one device available, now there's two devices available. I just unplugged the device, so now there's no device available. And basically you have to subscribe to it. And to do that, you just need a next function. So it's a callback, and this will emit the list of available devices. So if I do that and I log available devices, so it's a list, so it's plural. Okay, I have to open the console. Let me just clean the logs. So now I have my device connected, and here you can see first it emits an empty array, okay? And then it emits an array with the device that is currently plugged in. And if I unplug it, it will emit a new array that is empty. If I plug back the device, it will emit the array with my device. Okay, so we have the capability to discover devices that are connected to my app. Each device contains information about the device model. So here it's a LedgerFlex. You can see its name. You can see which transport it is from. So here it's Web HID, the USB transport. And now we want to be able to connect to this device. So what can we do with this? Here I'm going to introduce a little helper from ArexJS, which is called first value from. So we're just going to get the first value of this this observable, and we will store that in a variable called discover devices, and we will await first value from of this this function that listens to available devices. Okay, so now we can test it. Discover devices. If I reload, so first I get nothing, and then if I call it again, I get discover devices with my device. So I don't need to do this whole subscribe method for this exercise because we don't need to actually display an interface showing all the devices. So we just get the list of discovered device. If this list is empty, we just return. And if not, we will try to connect to this device. So in order to do that, we call dmk.connect. We pass the device that we have, which is the first item of the list. And what the documentation tells us here is that it will return a session ID. So whenever the DMK connects to a device, under the hood, it establishes a session, and the session will be alive as long as the device is physically connected. So unless you turn off the device or if you unplug it, then this session is dead, and then you have to reconnect to the device. So you get the session ID, and let's log it just to see what it looks like. And then with this session ID, you will set it inside the React state so that it is saved in our app and we can use it for other interactions. Basically, the session ID is the key that you will need to interact with this device for the length of the session. So you really need to keep this. Variable. I need to reload probably. And did I save? Yes. Oh yes, I forgot this. That's why it was not working. Let me save and reload. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's an issue. I need to click twice to get a discovered device. But then we see the session ID, and now the app is actually displaying the status of the device with the currently open app and everything. Let me show you quickly. This is not really part of the workshop initially, but I can still show you how that works because it's pretty simple. So we have a little hook that is called use device session state. And this hook is used to return the information that is displayed here. So how does it work? It takes as argument device management kit instance, the session ID, and then it just calls dmk.get device session state. Then it subscribes to that session state, and then it updates the state. So in one line of code, basically this line of code, you can subscribe and get information about the current status of the device. So here, if I lock my device, it will show you that my device is locked. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is now we are going to interact with the Ethereum app. And in order to do that, we need to have what I explained earlier. We have the signer. The signer is this little, so it's a different library. So here, as we can see, we have the library for the device management kit. Then we have the library for the USB transport. And then we have the library for the Ethereum signer. So the signer is basically the software that will allow us to communicate with the Ethereum app and how to use it. So you will need to also call a builder. So instantiate a builder. To this builder, you pass the DMK instance, you pass the session ID, and then an origin token, which for now can be anything. This is linked to clear signing, but it's not really the topic of today. But for now, you can just put something random, it will work. So the first thing we need to do is get the Ethereum address. So how is this going to work? So first, the first thing that you need to do is, okay, you have your signer now because it's been instantiated there. Then you can call get address. You have the derivation path here, which is stored in the variable derivation path. And basically that's it. So what is this function doing? It's returning an observable. So this observable, why did we use an observable is because you're not just waiting for one result, you're waiting to get updates about the status of what is currently going on with the device in order to display some information to the user. So for instance, the final result will be the address, but there will be some intermediary results that you might want to show the user. For instance, you want to show the user, okay, now you have to look at your device and open the app. You have to look at the device and sign the transaction. Well, I mean, not forget address, but this kind of stuff. So this returns a cancel function, which means that you can cancel the action if it's still ongoing, and an observable. So to that observable, you can subscribe. You will get the next, you have to implement the next callback. In this callback, you will get what is called a device action state. So the device action state is what we're showing here. And then this device action state can be of several, it can have several types. So the device action state, if I show you here, it's something that contains a status. So it always contains a status. The status means, is the device action actually started? Is it still pending? Is it stopped? Is it completing? Did it result in an error? And depending on the state, you will get a value associated with it. So if it's an error, you will get the error. If it's completed, you will get the output. And if there's an intermediate value to show to the user, you will get this intermediate value. So what you need to do in order to extract the final result is, so first we can just set the get address device action state. So this is the value that is associated to this part of the UI. So if you just put it here, you will see that when I sign a so let me do it and then I will explain. So I'm connected to my device. And then if I press get Ethereum address, now, as you can see, some values have been emitted. So now they're appearing here. And what you can see here is that as my device is prompting me to open the app, I have the required interaction value, confirm open app. And if I confirm on my device, then I will get the output with the public key and the address. So what you need to do if you want to extract this public key and this address is quite simple. You need to switch, you need to check the status. So the status is what we have here. And if the status is completed, then it means that you will have an output. So you can do set get address output, which is a function to set this state. And you will use the value output. And then if I reload, I get the output that is displayed here now. Okay. So yeah, what did we do is we just call get address. We subscribe to the observable returned by it, and then we have to update the UI based on what is returned in those events. And then at the end, we get the public key and the address of the user. So now, very similarly, we're going to implement a signed transaction. So we have our signer. We're going to call the method sign transaction. To this sign transaction method, we have to first pass the derivation path, okay? And then you just pass the transaction. So the transaction is an array of bytes, and it's the direct translation of the value that is written here. So this will return an observable, and to that observable you need to subscribe. So let me just clean up a bit. You will get here again. You will get the device action state. Yeah. What you can do with this device action state is put it in this box. So you do set device action state. Well, not set device action state, set signed transaction state. Okay. And then in a similar fashion, we are going to filter and to look at the value of the status, device action state dot status. And then you call set signed transaction output with the value of the output. Must have made a mistake here. Yes. So first you check that the status is the completed one. And then you can do that because the output is defined whenever the status is completed. So if you do that, we reload here. I'm unlocking my device. Let me show you what it looks like on the device. So here the get address that we already had. Let's say that we quit the app. It's going to automatically open the app. It will show me here that I have to confirm the opening of the app. So that's an information I can use to tell the user to open their app. Okay. Then it's loading, and then it's telling me, okay, now the user has to sign the transaction. So then you just review the transaction, you sign it, and then you get the signature parameters, and basically you have now what is needed to broadcast the transaction. Okay, so basically that's pretty much it concerning doing stuff with the device management kit. It's always, I mean, you have the typical steps of discovering devices by doing listen to available devices, then connect, and then everything else, everything that you interact with when it's a signer, it will return something that is called a device action. So you have to filter, you have to look at the status of the device action, and then based on that status, you update your UI or you broadcast a transaction or whatever. And if we were to do the installation of app, it would be exactly the same. It's just basically it would be dmk.install app. Or maybe it's something else. Let me see. I don't remember the name of the thing. Yes. So for this, it's a bit particular. It's you have to create install app action. So it's a class that takes a parameter app name. Then you pass that name to the execute device action function, and then very similar, you have an observable that emits values with a device action state, and based on that device action state, you can update your UI. So I think that's about it for the coding and for my presentation. Actually, I hope it was clear. And if you have any question, don't hesitate. I'm already seeing a question. Out of curiosity, is this code OSS? You mean open source? Yes. So the repository of this, so it's called Device SDK TypeScript. I'm sharing the link in the chat because it contains all the documentation. Actually, in my presentation, I have some links at the end. Wait. So this is what I just showed you. So connection, discovery of devices, connection, signing a transaction. Oh no, actually instantiating the signer. obtaining the address of the user, signing a transaction, and then here are some links that I can also share this one, but I think Akram already shared it. But this is the wait, can I copy this link? Yes. This is the official documentation on the developer portal of Ledger, and above I put the link of the device SDK. What's the practical difference between using a fixed derivation path and letting the user choose it on Ledger? Let's say that it's a bit complicated, this topic, because ideally we should, I mean, if every user knew what they were doing, we would let them choose the derivation path. The thing is that this developed a bit chose basically there's no standard for what is like the basic derivation path that you want to use. So some wallets, I don't know, Rabby, MetaMask, they will use some type of derivation path. We will use another one, and then people connect their account that is already linked to Rabby to their Ledger Live, and then don't find their accounts. So in Ledger Live, actually, Ledger Live is the companion app of the Ledger devices. I think there's a way to set a custom derivation path. I'm not sure, but actually, what I can say is that we are actively working on whenever you connect your Ledger device to Ledger Live, we are trying to what are the Rabby derivation path, what are the MetaMask derivation paths, and we're trying to look at all of those. And if you have assets on any of those, we will show them to you. But the issue is that there's no standard of like what should be the first derivation path that you use. So yeah, it's I hope I answered your question, Sonia. Yeah. Cool. The presentation, yes, I will send it. I will send it to Akram, and he can forward it to you guys. Yeah. Did I miss any? Did I miss any other question or?
I have a question more
Yes.
related to is global. So actually, is is it like incorporated into like Bounty for is global? What will be especially the track on your side for that? Like should be interesting because everyone from Dev2Pack will participate into is global
Yeah.
at DevConnect. So yeah, having a couple of overview on that.
Yeah. I think Akram. No, I have an
Yeah.
example, but maybe you can take the lead, Akram.
Yeah, maybe I can jump on this one. So yeah, we will be there at It's Global Buenos Aires. So what Olivier presented to you will be part of one of the tracks. So you can begin from now, let's say, to work on it and try to see what you can do through the developer manager through the DMK. We will also have two other tracks. Would invite you to check maybe the previous ETH Global, last one we did in New York, because it might be similar, not exactly the same, but it will be similar to what we did in New York. And from now on, if you're looking into participating at ETH Global Buenos Aires, yes, clear signing also. DMK clear signing, and yeah, I won't give you all the details because we need you guys directly on day one to directly build on it. But yeah, so you can use this presentation from today. It was the main goal of this presentation was to let you have let's say a glimpse of what we have and what you can do also because it's part of the bounties that we will offer at Buenos Aires. So yeah, I'm sure that Solan will share with you also all the links. And if you have any questions before Buenos Aires, feel free to reach out to us. You can ask us questions if you're already thinking about something specific. So yeah.
Yeah, and I will create like a special Notion with like every kind of participant, like sponsor participant into his global, where we will put a different kind of presentation like this one. So like this, people can practice on their side, but we will also do another one IRL there in preparation. And yeah, actually, I don't know if, oh yeah, couple of people has asking like to have the link for the community, so it's on Discord if I'm not wrong. The Ledger
For it,
developer.
for it global, yeah, it will be on Discord, but you can share maybe my Telegram with if there is relevant questions, you can share my Telegram before, and I will pinpoint the right question to the right people if needed.
Yeah, could you share your Discord where people can make some feedback on the tech too?
Which one? Because we also have our own Discord server.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can join our Ledger Discord server
Yeah,
directly.
exactly. It's what
Would
they
be
ask.
better. Yeah, let me share the link directly here.
Also, Akram, maybe I can share an example of the last hackathon and a project that was nice. I don't know if you want me to share it. I think it's
Yeah,
publicly available
Would
on
be
the
awesome.
Discord.
yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah,
have it,
so a
go
good
ahead.
example actually, and this I think it was two guys. They were actually finalists of East Global in New York. What they did is they noticed that I don't know if you know this tool called Hard Hat. I think it's Hard Hat. It's a tool that is used for developing and deploying smart contracts on Ethereum. And they just released the version 3 of Hard Hat, and these guys noticed that they dropped the support for Ledger. The reason for that, I'm not sure exactly about the reason, but probably the old implementation was using Ledger.js and it was becoming super hard to maintain. And if you want to sign, if you want to deploy a contract, you will have to sign some stuff. So if you are actually signing with your Ledger, basically it was not possible in the new version. And what these guys did is that they made a pull request on Hard Hat 3, integrating the device management kit, and basically they built a transport that allows now. I don't know if they merged it, but it was super good to see that okay, it's actually a real contribution to open source is to re-allow people to use Hard Hat and deploy contracts using their Ledger devices. So that's one good example. We don't hear you. I think you're muted.
You're on mute, Solène.
Oops. All about my life. So I was saying, like, we can see the different projects that have been already built on Ledger. On Showcase is global. And so here you can find the projects that Olivier just talked about. And yeah, I wanted also like to make the raffle about the Ledger stacks. So here I include on the raffle, I include only people who comment the post on X and attend also the session as well. So just let me share my screen. Yeah. Wait. Ta-da-da! Sorry, it's in French. But yeah, let's do like this. Would be funny. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Suspense. Oh là là. Oh, wow! Congrats, Devisha. Glad
Thank you so much.
you can right now safely store your crypto assets with a Ledger stacks. So maybe Akram or Olivier, if you want like just to introduce briefly the Ledger stacks, especially what are the features on it, would be awesome for.
Yeah, I can go. Or you want to jump in,
Yeah,
Olivier?
go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't, if you guys are already familiar with the previous Ledger Nanos we had, so as Olivier also presented earlier, Ledger Stacks and Flex are the two latest devices we launched last year and the year before, 2023 and 2024. Let's say that the Stacks is the most premium devices, so the one that cost also the more. So congrats, Devisha, for this one. You will see with this device, it will really improve the user experience. Yeah, you have a bigger screen, you have new features that allows you new use cases with the NFC, wireless charging, bigger screen as you can see, with the same security, same level of security inside. So yeah, congrats for that one. And if you have any questions regarding the device, how to use it, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, guys, for the session as well. And I really needed a ledger because recently my hot wallet was hacked because of my stupidity. But yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And where are you based, by the way?
I'm based in India.
Okay. So then we'll have
Yes.
to figure it out a solution because I know that for shipping to India is hard. So
Just
Yeah.
send to me. I have like also couple
Yeah.
pager on my luggage for people who were not able to get it before, but like so ledger send to me to give you. So actually you can do the
Yeah.
same. Like
okay.
Akram, could you like send to Buenos Aires?
Yeah, yes. There
All
is
right.
it's not confirmed, but I have let's say a solution to ship to Buenos Aires. So eventually we can consider.
All right. Otherwise, just come at DevConnect because Devisha will be at DevConnect as well. So all good.
Okay. Otherwise at the point, yes.
Perfect. Nice. Yeah, like everyone there is coming clearly. Not everyone, but like most of the people here are coming to DevConnect. So would be awesome to connect IRL. All right. Thanks a lot for the session. And yeah, let's keep in touch for what is coming up during the next months. And yeah, all good.
Thank
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Bye bye.
you. Bye. Tschüss.
Cheers.
Goodbye.